All right. I wish I could say good morning to everyone, but I guess it's still good morning. But as you can see, it's quite daytime. So I'm walking at about midday. It's not 12 o'clock yet. It's been a few days since you've seen me. Having a hard time working out my schedule because, like I said, I've been going to the local gym. A lot of boxing classes and a lot of high intensity interval training as well. So it's hard to get out here and get to walk in and shoot content. But as those of you who have been watching me, following this journey, I'm definitely dedicated to process of continuing to put out this content, continuing to promote my business. If you want to get into e-commerce, let me know. If you already have a small business, you have questions about marketing, following up with your clients or your customers. Do you know how to capture the emails? Do you know how to put together a automated email campaign? If you want to follow up with your customers with text messaging, if you have questions about all the online software tools that you can use to promote yourself and promote your business, I can help with that. And so that's why I come out here and shoot the content. It reminds me to let all of you guys know. So, need help? Hit me up. Just put help in the comments. Let's schedule a meeting. I can show you how you can make your business a little bit more efficient, or you can add some tools to your business that's going to help you with your marketing, help you with your follow-up. All of it's going to lead to making more sales. That's what we do. That's what we as entrepreneurs do. Finding tricks of the trade is going to help us make more sales. So like I was saying, I've been working out, doing the boxing classes, doing the high intensity interval training. And so having laid it out, sorry, a big oil rig just drove by. Since I'm walking in the daytime, you can also see that my glasses have transitioned to sunglasses. So we'll see how all this comes across. But like I said, we're fixing it while we fly. Not going to wait till it gets perfect. Not going to wait till it gets prime and ready for what we think the public is wanting. No, we're just going to do it now. We'll fix it later. So we'll see. So I think what I'm also going to start doing is I need to keep up with the number of days in a row in which I have posted on Instagram and on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will drop those links in the description so you can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Ultimately, that's why I do these posts, because I'm more active on Instagram and Facebook. But if you ever tried to create content, then you know that creating short form content is just as time consuming as creating long form content. You know, shout out to the people who do it. But, you know, if you're going to follow the trends, get the trending sounds, and do the dances. You have to keep up with all of that. And then you have to set your camera up. And then, it might take 1 take, 2 takes, 3 takes. So even shooting short form content can take hours. Or you can do like I'm doing, go for a walk, set up your podcast, set up something for a long form, have an interview. You and a buddy can get together, talk about your business, talk about topics that surround your business, keep up with the current events, and then take that video, break it down into shorter videos, and boom, you got your short form content. Just because you had a 30-minute, 45-minute, maybe an hour-long conversation. That sort of content can set up your short form content for a whole week, whole 2 weeks. Now, if you have those conversations every day, every other day, like me, I've gotten down to maybe once or twice a week just because I've been busy. And so these long-form recordings have carried me, I don't know, what is 3 or 4 days after I break it down into short form content. Actually, I can get on average, I've been getting 6 to 7 short pieces of content from these walks. So really it can carry you for a week if you're posting once a day. Obviously, do the math if you want to post more than once a day. But that's been the sweet spot for me, is posting once a day. But I always get caught up in these marketing conversations with you because it is the first thing on my mind as I step out the house and start walking. But today, I wanted to talk about investing in yourself and the power that your dollars have when you're an entrepreneur. You're trying to build something for yourself. We want to make a sale. We want to use the profits from those sales to change our life and to change our family's life. And so when you're thinking about profit, thinking about what you're going to do with it, oftentimes one of the last things that we think about doing when we have any sort of money is actually reinvesting it, investing it into more training, investing it into more self-development. Because honestly, you are your greatest asset, especially if you don't have any employees yet. You aren't paying rent at some facility yet. It's just you, your computer, your phone. You're selling products. It's your room, it's your garage. You're wondering what to do with the money you have. Sometimes the best thing you can do, though you do have other things and responsibilities, sometimes the best thing you could do is reinvest it into yourself. You need more training. You need more development. That's going to really catapult you and rocket launch your business. It's very hard to make that value judgment because oftentimes when you pay for development, pay for teaching, you pay for coaching, You don't see the immediate return on that investment. You don't see, it's hard to make that comparison, that calculation between money in and money out. What you're going to find is that you're going to be in different situations where it's really going to wear on you. You're really going to be thinking hard about what to do with the money that you're making, or just the money that you have in your pocket, because your money is your resource and you're trying to decide what's the best allocation of these resources. What do I do with it? Do I buy more product to sell? Do I pay for a coaching class so I can learn how to sell more product? Do I pay for that new software that I think I need? What do I do with the limited amount of resources? Especially when you're starting out. Some of you are just starting out. Some of you are just getting started. I know what that feels like. And you are searching all over YouTube. You are probably trying to read whatever books you can. You're probably sending DM questions to your favorite influencer, trying to get as much information as you can for free. And listen, I respect the hustle. I respect the grind. You're trying things out. You may have seen a little bit of success, but then you get stalled out. You may have not seen any success and you feel like it's not possible. You feel like people are scamming online. What do? You're not sure, but you haven't put any money into it just yet. I want to tell you right now, and I want to encourage you. Find the best class that you can. Find that influencer that you trust and go ahead and pay for their class. Go ahead and pay for the training. Go ahead and put some dollars toward the information. Most of the information that you need is out there. And a lot of times it's out there for free. When you pay for training, when you pay for the course, when you pay for that one-on-one time, what you're paying for is the knowledge of application. You're paying for the experience that the other person may have. You're paying to save yourself some time. This is the power of investing in yourself and using your resources to develop yourself. Either going to pay for it, and that way you don't have to spend as much time making mistakes. Pay for it with your dollars, or you're going to pay for it with your time. There's really no way around it. You hear the stories of people who have made a lot of money really fast. It's like they went into, you hear this so many times when drop shipping was big. Everybody was out there trying products. And somehow, some way, some young kid hit it big with a product, make about $100,000 in a month, 200,000 in a month. That's like winning the lottery. That's not a sustained business. And oftentimes, what that young kid did was started a course, started a training, And that's where probably where they made even more money than selling drop shipping products. Is selling that course, selling that dream to someone else. What you want to look for is someone who has sustained success, who can show that they've been working at something and they finally figured it out, and to help you instead of having to go through all of the hardships that they went through, can pay them to help you out. It's going to shortcut your learning experience, right? The time you would have spent through learning, it's going to shortcut that. And by shortcutting that, it's going to get you to, being profitable, being developed much faster. Might have to turn around here. Okay. I had to turn around. Looked like a construction crew is doing some work there. So you might see that we're taking a little bit of a different path today, but it's all good. So we're about to hit the stairs. I might get out of breath a little bit. Got the 40-pound pack on. So we're going to go up the stairs. But as I was saying, you can use your resources to shortcut your path to success. Sometimes the only thing that's stopping you is information. And I know you feel like that. The only thing stopping and holding you back is you're missing a key ingredient. You're missing a little piece. And you're like, if I can just find it on YouTube, if I could just find it on Instagram, then I might move closer toward success. Now, I'm encouraging you to keep searching for that, keep going, but I'm also encouraging you to consider paying someone to help you get there, paying for the right coaching, paying for the right information. So I want you to start looking at your favorite influencers. I want you to start looking at your favorite business minds. And when you watch all their videos, bring it kind of hard because those steps were not easy. But as you're watching your favorite influencer, you're watching their videos, I want you to start considering paying for their course. I want you to start considering to pay for their service because they have a special knowledge. They have a special experience that can help you, that can get you. There's a reason why you ran into them. There's a reason why you like watching. It's not just how it looks. They speak to your problem. They speak to your concern, and they speak to your goals. And if you haven't reached them yet, let them help you. Go ahead and pay for it. Okay? I'm encouraging you today to find it, find that right course, find that right piece of information for you. That right piece of information may be behind the paywall, right? So even as I'm thinking about this, let's think practically about it. What are some steps that you can take? Obviously, considering that you don't have unlimited amounts of resources, what are the steps you can take to protect your resources, yet get a little more information that can help you on your journey? Number one, find that business person that mind, that influencer, someone that is helping. And if they have a Patreon, pay for the Patreon. Oftentimes, Patreon is $5 to $10, $15 a month, and you can cancel at any time. With this way, you can go behind the paywall, see what information they have, gather what you need for you. Maybe it'll take you 3 months, it'll take you 4 months. If you like what's back there, you can continue to subscribe. But if you feel like you've gotten all you can get, you can always cancel the subscription. This way, you can protect your resources. Yet, you still get information that you would not have got otherwise, because information costs money. There's no way around it. Especially when you're talking about information that speaks directly to your problem. So that's one way. Find Patreon or find a subscription that can easily be canceled. You get behind the paywall. That way you can get what you need. If it doesn't apply to you, hey, you miss out on $20. You miss out on $40. Yet, you still have the information. And I can't tell you how many times that has happened to me, where I've paid for information in the moment. I feel like it was not applicable to what I was doing, felt a little bit down, depressed, because I felt like I had wasted my money, yet I had the resources from the training. And sure enough, something comes in the future where I can use that training that helps me to make money. So there's never really any L's. You pay for the information, although you may not be able to apply it right away. Hold on to it. It'll come in handy in the future. Okay, so that's the first thing you can do. Find a low-cost subscription that will allow you to cancel anytime. Get what you need, cancel if you don't need it. Second thing you can do is look for a training that you can pay for. Again, it may not be subscription-based. It's a one-time fee, but that you can afford. Now, there's all sorts of trainings on websites like Udemy. What's the other one? Teachable. There's a couple of different platforms out there where people upload their expertise in form of videos and presentations, and you pay a one-time fee, and you can consume that information. Okay? So this is a little bit different than the subscription model that you get on Patreon and others. But with this one, it's a one-time fee, and oftentimes that one-time fee can be a little more expensive. You may get into the hundreds of dollars, $100 to even up to $500. They have courses for all sorts of prices. However, it is a one-time fee, and the information is yours forever. So I want you to find a course that's related to what you're trying to do, and then pay for it. If it's within your budget, go ahead and pay for it. Like I said, it's going to be good information. Even if you feel like it's not, hold on to it. I'll talk about this later, but what are the strategies that you can implement when you feel like the information is not for you? I'll talk about that toward the end. So 1, find a low-cost subscription that you can cancel anytime. Number two, find a one-time payment training or course that you can afford. Again, some of these places will have payment plans. So say if the course is $500, $600, call it $600, they give you 3 payments of $200 per month. Like I said, you will have that information from that course for the rest of your life. Oftentimes, some of these courses come with some kind of community. Inside of that community, you can go to meetings and live trainings. Again, lifetime access. So really look at what the person is offering, because it may give you benefits. Okay. So what is the third thing that you do when you're thinking about your resources and yet you know you need training, you know you need a little bit, a little more information? Find an influencer, find a business mind that will offer you a one-on-one consultation. Now, this is a awesome trait. Well, not traits, but this is an awesome opportunity if you can find it, because that person will speak directly to the questions you ask and the concerns that you might have. Okay. So this one sometimes can be a little more expensive depending on how well known the person is, how big their following is, how busy they are, what others are paying them for their time, right? So if they're getting paid to speak at big conferences and they are offering consultations, you know, they just may be charging a little bit more for their time. But this is another opportunity you can seek out. Who has one-on-one consultations? And then, again, checking the pricing, making sure within what you can do. It is another opportunity for you to get some information that you otherwise would not have gotten. This one is especially good because you can look at the journey of the person that you're reaching out to through their social media, read their story, they have a bio, and you can really get prepared and find a person who you can relate to and you feel who has the information that you need. May cost a little bit more, but you may get a direct answer to the problem that you have. So I want you to consider also looking for people that are offering one-on-one consultations. Okay, so those are some of the things that you can do. Now, I also want to talk a little bit about what kind of strategies there are if for some reason feel like the information was not relatable to what you wanted to. The information is still yours. Once you pay for it, the information is. It's important not to plagiarize or steal content, be ethical in our practices, but just like any piece of information, once you have learned it, you can represent it for a cost, for a fee. That's what you do in school, right? You go to school, pay for the information. You now have that information. and you can represent it, whether you're a teacher and get a job, or whether you want to build your own course from the knowledge that you have gained, again, and package that knowledge, and you can then sell. So it's never, ever a loss. You now have information that not everybody has, and you can market that information to others, sell it as a course, sell it as a consultation. You may be able to get your money back. You may be able to make a profit if you're better. Here's an idea. You have the information now. If you're better at marketing than the person that you learned it from, you can even benefit even more than the person you learned it from, because you know how to market it, you know how to target the right people, and you know how to sell it to them. There's nothing wrong with that. So much money is made simply because one team had better marketing than the other. So remember that. All information is valuable, especially if you know how to market it and know how to find the people who need that information. But all of this is to say that if you are trying to move to the next level in your business, you might want to consider, who do you have to pay? What do you have to pay to get to the next level? Stop trying to do everything yourself. There are people who specialize in exactly what you need and can accomplish it maybe in one day. In a few hours, they can accomplish what is going to take you a few weeks to learn on YouTube, a few months to learn by trial and error. I say this to my wife all the time. Our time is worth money. Our time is worth money. You can't fight and wrestle and hold on to every dime and dollar that we have, especially if that wrestle and that struggle is taken away from our time, our effort, and our energy that could be going to other profitable efforts. Hello, how are you? Good. Your time is worth money. Stop trying to do everything yourself. Sometimes it may be expensive, but it'd be more than worth it because you saved time. And this is the part we all have to get to. I still struggle with it myself. I go through these ups and downs of having the abundance mindset, of believing that everything I need is out there. I just have to go get it, whether by time, effort, trial and error, or by paying for it. But with a mindset of lack, we believe that if we pay for something, that money is gone and there's no way we can ever get it back. With a mindset of lack, we ask ourselves, why would I pay for X, Y, and Z when I could do it myself? And that is not a totally illogical way of thinking, but it is a short-term way of thinking. There's plenty of reasons of why we would pay someone else to do something we can do if, and especially if, it's going to make us more money later on down the line. So yes, we might have to pay the cost in the short term. But if you take that training, you're going to learn how to use a system that makes your sales process more efficient. If you take that training, you're going to learn how to set up a system that makes your marketing more efficient. If you take that training, you're going to learn how to speak more confidently. You're going to learn how to be successful in the sales process. And if you can take a training and just maybe double your output in sales, double your success rate in sales, how much would that be worth to you? Is it worth it? Of course it's worth it. If you could pay for a service or pay for a training that makes you twice as efficient as you are now, is that worth it? Of course it's worth it. Could you work and become twice as efficient as you are now? Sure you can. Will trial and error eventually teach you all that you need to know to be better? Be a better businesswoman? Of course it will. How long is it going to take? And how much is that time worth to you? You see, there's no shortcuts. It's either going to cost you time or it's going to cost you money. You have to be prepared to pay both. Which one do you want to pay? Now, I understand when you're starting out, that's all you have is time. You don't have any money. So those of you who are starting now, go ahead and do the grind. Put your time in. Put your time in learning on YouTube, on the different free platforms. But also, you have a job, you should be putting a little bit aside, specifically for this purpose. Get your eyes on that class. Get your eyes on that course you want to take, that consultation that you need. Set a goal, start saving for it. Start saving for it. A few $100s, put it aside, and pay for that consultation. It's going to take you to the next level. Some of us don't even know where to start. We're struggling with the next step to take. What do? You need some guidelines. You need some training. You need some information. It's time to pay for it. It's time to pay to get someone to look at your situation and say, oh, I know what to do. Just do X, Y, and Z. And to you, you're going to feel so, sometimes you feel so stupid, like, oh, well, why didn't I do that? Sometimes you feel like, man, that's all. And I paid all that money. Don't think about the time it took to solve the problem. Think about the time you're going to save in the long run once your problem is solved. Like I recently had trouble last year with my air conditioning. Now, I could have gone over there, played around with the air conditioning, watched some YouTube videos. But after all of that, and let's just say I even figured it out and got it done, how much is it going to really cost? How much would I really save? Not only would I have to put the time in to learn, what special tools would I have had to purchase to do the work? How many trips back and forth to the hardware store would it have taken? What time would I have to give up in my normal everyday schedule to make sure this gets done. And that's just if I got it right. But 9 times out of 10, when you're doing something you never done before, there's going to be a few times you get it wrong. And so you end up spending time and spending money in a pursuit to get where you want to get, when you could have just spent the money. Now you get your time back. Now you can start thinking about how to use your new information, this new place that you are, to be more profitable in business, to be more efficient in what you're trying to do. It doesn't just have to be business, but whether it's parenting, your employment, or your relationships, your fitness, or whatever, whatever part of life you're struggling to see the results that you want to see. That's why I start paying for the gym. I just had to be honest with myself. I had different things around the house, and I would start putting in time, get a little bit in shape. Then for whatever reason, I allow lights to push me into the mode of not getting out there anymore, not doing the work anymore. So I had to be honest with myself and say, Rob, if you don't do something different, you're going to continue to struggle with the fitness. So finally went down there with my wife and just paid the money. Now I get to go to boxing classes whenever I feel like it. I get to go to the high intensity interval training whenever I feel like it. Got a class tonight, so I'm getting to walk in with you, and I'll be doing the high intensity training tonight. Why? Because I paid for it. I've already wasted so much time trying to do it myself. I definitely don't want to waste my money. And so that's one of the motivations that gets me out there and go. I don't want to waste the money, waste the investment. But another motivation was I do better in my workout routines when I work out with the group. I get in there and I get all competitive with the people next to me. It pushes me. There's a certain level of accountability. The trainer is there. They're pushing you. I get a much better workout. It's so hard for me to break a sweat when I'm by myself. When I do the group classes, I naturally don't sweat a lot anyway. But when I do the group classes, I have to worry about that because I know the trainer is going to put the workout up there and we're going to get after it. Something about that atmosphere makes me want to try harder. Like I said, I start to get competitive about it. I want to see, can I do it? I want to see, can I push myself in that atmosphere harder than the trainer is pushing? But I had to pay for that. You have to pay for that atmosphere. You want to work out with a group? You can either put the time in to try to recruit like-minded people, right? That's going to take time. You got to find a venue and a location, a time to meet up that works for everyone. Someone has to keep the schedule and someone has to send out the reminders and everything. You can do that. It's going to take you a lot of time. Or you can pay the money, let somebody else do all that for you. And you show up, get the benefit of working out. So this concept applies to pretty much any part of your life. Anywhere where you want to see better results. Can't get the results from just the effort that you're putting in. Might ask yourself, one, you got to be honest with yourself and say, have I put the effort in? Did I try? Right? Some of us want results and we haven't even tried. Right? We want the results of the work that we haven't put in. So you can ask yourself and be honest. Did you try? Did you put the work in? Now, sometimes you do. Sometimes you try and you fail. Sometimes you try again and you fail again. You have to ask yourself, is there a piece of information? There training? Is there a course? Is there an atmosphere that I can pay for that will set me up for success that I want to see in my life? Most times the answer is yes. And the results that we want to see, the things that we want to do, how much are we willing to pay for that? So you look at other people who don't have the same struggle we have, and they may see success in a certain area without having to pay for it, right? Some people just enjoy working out no matter what. And those people gonna stay in they enjoy it. They're addicted to it. It's a good addiction to have. Some addictions may be beneficial. They love it. And so it's not hard for them to do it. It's not hard for them to roll out of bed and work out. Something within them loves it. A lot of us, we don't love it. So we have to ask ourselves, what is the atmosphere that best leads us to getting the results that we want to get? And that, when we recognize that, are we willing to pay to be in that atmosphere? Huh? There's a certain level of experience and knowledge that's going to take your business to the next level. Are you willing to pay for it? Huh? Are you willing to pay for it? Stop trying to do everything yourself. We live in a world now where everything is at our fingertips. You just go online and you can find someone that can help you with the specific problem that you're having. There are people out there who can help. All right. I think I said enough. Come to the end of my walk. If you need help in business, go ahead and send me a DM. Just comment on the post here. Let me know. We'll set up a meeting. If you're ready to invest in e-commerce, you want me to start a store for you, I'll manage that store for you as well. Then you can start making passive income. You can use that passive income to pay for the training you need. Go ahead and just leave me a comment here. We will help you get it done. All right, that was an awesome walk today. Hope you got yours in as well. I look forward to speaking with you guys next time. Love you all. See you later.